Thanks to the support pouring in for Chacha Vauzz. He is returning today with a renewed drive to make it to the major leagues. Will it be with St. Louis? Will it be at second base? That is all to come. But as we get dialed in today, Chacha Vauzz is going to start mixing back in with his original state while still keeping a little bit of that edge to him. We'll see the facial hair stay, though the dreads return. When it comes to the equipment, we are going to see more of the normal colors return with that black and gold scheme, though still keeping a little bit of that cyan. Right now, the biggest problem has been the fact that we have yet to be called up despite numerous times saying that they are going to. And while there is still a lot of talent here at second base, Chacha is very much wondering if shortstop is his future, with Castro being the highest rated player at that position, a 71. But if shortstop is indeed the future for Chacha Vauzz, working in some defensive upgrades will be key. But that will all be when the time arrives. And unfortunately for Chacha Vauzz, that's still going to be a couple months away till we get to talk to our agent during the All-Star break. So let's get stuck in, get the ratings where it needs to be, and then perhaps we will get our call up or even request a trade. And the first team we are set to face with the mostly returned Chacha Vauzz, his third era, if you will. It will be the Charlotte Knights. Bottom of the first, we are up to bat with no one on, 2 outs. Noah Schultz striking out the first 2. Only his 7th pitch so far. And he left it for Chacha, who will give this a jog to center field, but coming over. The center fielder gets the catch and ends Chacha's 1-pitch at bat, though it sounded great off the bat. As we jump forward from there to the top of the third, Knights would take a 2-run lead as Tatum steps up to bat. He's got one on, not a single out yet for Graceffo in the top. So we'll look to turn a double play then, or at least hopes to turn a double play, as it will be a grounder over to Chacha. Look to make a quick flip over to short. Get one. Not quite in time to get 2, but the lead runner will head to the dugout. And from there, once again, we will jump forward. Bottom of the fourth will be our next at-bat. A slow day so far here at the porch. Schultz still on the mound, and Chacha, that one will be foul. Probably wouldn't have been able to leg it out either way. Count goes 0-1. Once again, no one on for Chacha Vauzz. Oh, and then he strikes out, swinging through the 79 slider just inside. But the next at-bat would prove to be a big one here for Chacha Vauzz. 0 for 2 on the day, though bases juiced with 1 out. And he swings at the high one, though not traveling far, but dumping down in right. It will plate 1 and will plate 2. Runner in, ties the game. Chacha Vauzz with a little dinker of a hit, but it'll do enough. And that was a power swing. Just goes to show, not every time is it the big hit that you need. Sometimes small ball. That pays off. Chacha with the extra step, and they're looking to pick him off, but he is back. And we're hoping he's just back in general with that clutch hit tying this game. Once again, getting that extra step. He's looking to take the base, but the bases will be loaded as Lucan Baker hit on the back of the knee. Brings up Nico. Once again, bases loaded for the second time. Bottom of the 5th. No stealing opportunity here for Chacha Vauzz, so we wait for the hit, and it will be into the outfield. Chacha, he's digging for home, and will slide in another 2-run ribby on a single into the outfield. Memphis Redbirds, they take the lead. All right, after that, a dynamic challenge as we have well opened up that lead to bottom of the 6th, a 7-2-run lead here for the Memphis Redbirds with 2 on. We're looking for another ribby here. Get a multi-hit day, 1 for 3 on the day. Last time, the bloop single. Shane Smith has checked into the game and throwing that one high. And Chacha swings again on a slider. Not where you want it that time, well inside. Will strand 2, but we do still happen to get 2 more runs come bottom of the 8th. Still with a chance to get a multi-hit day here and improve that average, which is around 200. And that it will be as long as it gets down, but it just stayed floating. 2 hits that I thought we would have had into the outfield today. It's the hit that I expected to be caught that actually got something for us. But for the Charlotte Knights, Denzel Clark stepping up to the bat. Could be the final out here for us. Michael Beal with the pitch. That one will be lofted, but to left field. And we'll track under it and collect that win. Redbirds take game 1 of the series. Chacha Vauzz got them started with a 2-run to tie. And from there, we just stacked it on. But even then, we do have some work to do. We're getting struck out a little bit more than what we would like. So we got to dial that in here, game 2. As Chris Dillard is up to bat here. He's already got 1 on, no 1 out. Teodo on the mound for us. Got a 2-2 count as we're looking to turn 2. Will be hit over to short. Chacha's going to have to cover the bag. Good throw. Now he's just got to make his throw in time this time. We will collect the double play. 6-4-3. And that'll take us to our first at-bat here this game. Average down at 192. We don't like that. We're not going to get called up with it that low. So we've got to go on a good hit streak here. As we wait for our pitch, that one just inside. Good take. And that one was well hittable. Caderna left it high in the zone. However, it will run out of steam in right center field. Chacha with a fly out here in the first. And already we've got something happening here. Top of the second. Runner on second as Zach Deloach stepping up to bat. 2 outs, 0-2 count. We could really use with a soft hit ball here or a strikeout. I will take to end the top half. And it will be crushed over to Chacha, who will get in front of it. Have to make the play over to first. Well in time to put him out. That is 2 good plays in the field to start this game. Now we just need to turn that into some hits here for Vauzz. Average at 190, going 0 for 1 with that fly out in the first. Bottom of the 4th now. Vauzz, as they left one down the middle again, this one is going for a jog. But he's still got to put a lot more behind those if that is to leave the park or find some grass. Unfortunately, it wasn't a bad swing at all for Vauzz, just a little bit unlucky. But we got to come ready to play here. Top of the 6th, game is still deadlocked at 0, but Kyle Teal, he's trying to break that with bases loaded. It's 2 outs. Pitch number 81 for Teodo. The pitch is in. Gonna be crushed over to Chacha, who this time times it up well, diving in front. Will glove it. Now he just needs to make the throw over to first. We haven't done this in a while. And I think it goes to show as the first run scores, the throw is off the mark for Chacha Vauzz. But we'll hopefully find a way to make up for that with a dynamic challenge, as the Knights have now plated 3 runs. We're leading off here. The biggest thing is to get on base. Ben Caderna still on the mound here, having a good day. That one will be inside. This time it is still a little bit inside. Chacha going to the warning track. Well, on top of upgrading some fielding, I feel like Chacha needs a little bit more power, as it is bottom of the 9th now. 5-run deficit. Jake Latz has stepped up here trying to put this game away. And Vauzz looking for a one to fall. One not exactly going to find its way to the gap as it gets cut off, but there is the leadoff we were looking for last time. This time, though, with 1 out. It does make sure that we've got one on here for Lucan Baker and does keep a hitting streak alive. Chacha with that extra step. Pitcher looks his way, but Vauzz will go, as that is a jammed hit. Vauzz, you better just... Actually, you need to get back to where you're going, as we only had 1 out. Unfortunate steal there. We should have been quicker to get back, but it will be Knights taking game 2 as Chacha Vauzz unable to get back to first on that weak hit. But we do split the series, but the Knights are looking to start game number 3 with a quick run. Man on the corners for Jalen Palmer. Jacoa Roby on the mound. With only 1 out, 2-2 count. We could really use with a double play here. We missed out on our last fielding opportunity with that quick time event. Gonna be dribbled over towards third. We'll get 1. Need to turn 2, and that we will. Coming through this time to keep the runs off the board. We'll follow it once again with a dynamic challenge as we now have 2 on the base paths. First and second Kai Bush on the mound. Chacha Vauzz. He would love to drive in all runners here. Batting from the left side of the plate. Typically does his most damage from the right. We'll see if we can change that here. As he left him one down the middle. Will be at least an infield single here for Vauzz. No runs score, but it loads the bases with nobody out. Well, you would love some runs. Having this opportunity, bottom of the first, that's still really good. It's up to Lucan Baker, though, to make something happen. Batting .316. And in play, not sure where that ball is, as they will go home. That one is high. We plate 2. Couldn't see where it was. I had to look over to third base coach, and he said keep running. And we run us to a 2-run RBI. Now with man on the corners for Nico. No stealing opportunity here for Vauzz. Not going to try to take home. We're just waiting for a hit. Pitches in, and it will be a dribbler. Chacha will score, and it will be a sacrifice infield hit for Nico. We take a 3-run lead onto bottom of the third. No one on this time for Chacha Vauzz. Already has a hit on the day and puts the average above 200. Now he waits for his pitch. That one he had to sit on, but it will drop in center field. Back-to-back singles for Chacha Vauzz on our first multi-hit day of the episode. And this is exactly what we were seeing from Vauzz when he was up with the major league team during spring training. Just single after single. Those extra base hits, they came eventually. As Bush not going to be able to throw out Chacha, but you know he will once again get his extra step. Going this time as it is in play. Vauzz, he's going to sit on it. And he's going to make his way back to first. Heads up play that time. Could have used it in the last game. But for Nico with that ground out ribby that scored Chacha last time. Can he find a hit now? 2 outs. Bottom of the third. And again, Bush is going to Chacha, but the throw was not catchable, though it was put in a good spot. This first baseman was able to make a good play on that. It might have been a throw out on Vauzz. Instead, he's looking for second here as it's a sack bunt pop-up right back to the pitcher. I would have rather seen a full-on swing there. But we still have a 3-run lead. And that would carry till our next at-bat. Bottom of the 5th. 1 on here for Vauzz. Kai Bush still on the mound. Pitch number 69. And he left another one for Chacha, though. This one's just sitting a little bit too high. Needed to get slightly more on top of that to drive it. Be his first out of this game. As we switch innings here to top of the 6th. Now it's Tatum, 1 for 2 on the day. He's trying to get something going for the Knights. We've kind of gone back and forth on what team is really having success with the bats. Looking to carry on here in this one with our success. As this will be a soft hit over to Chacha. Make the throw on over to first. And we can hopefully move on with that 3-run lead still intact. And indeed it would be, though with a chance to grow it. Bottom of the 7th. 2 on, 1 out. As Schuster is on the mound. And it will get the 92 by him. And not going to get that one by him. This time Chacha does find the gap. Gonna round first. Digging into second. He's going to look for third. Can Chacha run this out? Yes, he can. His first triple of the year, and I believe only about his 3rd maybe 4th triple of his career. Rare here, but the ball just kept on rolling, finding its way all the way back to the wall. And Chacha with that speed, he wasn't going to slow down. So extending that lead and putting a man 90 feet away for Lucan Baker. It's now 5-0 for the Memphis Redbirds. Chacha with an extra step, just trying to get a little closer as this one will be a dribbler, but the throw will not be in time. Fielder's choice scores the run. Chacha Vauzz across home, making it 6-0, bottom of the 7th. And why not bottom of the 8th? Make it 8-0 once again with runners on. Chacha 3 for 4 in this one. Owen White trying to collect it out as Chacha just gets a piece of that 89 cutter. And once again gets a piece, a little bit more, but it will only be 3 for 5 as Chacha flies out. Stranding 2 in the 8th, but still an 8-run lead here for the Redbirds. And ultimately, that lead would carry them on through as they take a series lead here, 2-1, heading into game number 4, looking to put this well in their favor. And for Vauzz, he's looking to carry that same batting momentum into game 4 with 2 on. We'll take that one low inside, 81 changeup. And crushing that one right through the infield. Chacha Vauzz will pull up, though, at first, as the runner at second did not look to find third. An RBI single, though, for Chacha Vauzz in the bottom of the 1st and still leaves 2 on with no outs. Castro stepping up. And he's supposed to be the guy up at the major league, and I think he just found out that Chacha might be trying to take his position at short, grounding into the double play. That makes me wonder if Castro is down here, then who's up at the majors at shortstop? Hopefully they didn't just make a trade. We'll have to check on that in between series. But the Knights do now hold a lead as Chacha fouls it. Oh, and Chacha swings behind the 93 fastball and will not advance the runner. But he will have another one on bottom of the 5th. 1 for 2 today then with a single and the K. As Juan still on the mound here, looking for pitch number 60. 2 outs. And Chacha reaching out for that one. Not able to get it to fall in right field, but it sure did come close. Instead, this game stays close as we move along to top of the 6th. Sosa stepping up to bat. Munoz on the mound, pitch number 75 for him. No one on, 2 outs, 0-1 count. We're looking to put this guy away and get our way back to the batter's box. As it will be dribbled over to Chacha. We'll have to drive in on this one and make a clean throw over to first base. And we just need to make sure we keep that clean going over to the offensive side. 1 for 3 now. I would love to make that 2 for 4. Owen White back on the mound, facing Vauzz. And he left one hanging. That one's going back, touching down all the way to the wall, though Vauzz will pull up there at second. A double with 2 outs, trying to keep something alive here for the Redbirds. Puts Adolfo Castro at the plate, needing a hit. 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. Vauzz will try to get as close as he can with that extra step. Pitcher not going his way, so that one is in play. Vauzz turning as it is into the outfield. It will be an RBI single for Castro. Redbirds tie the game, bottom of the 8th. Now we just got to make sure we give ourselves a chance, bottom of the 9th, to find the win. Tatum stepping up to bat here, leading off the inning. And it's a 1-2 count as Michael Beal has checked into this game. We're hoping for a soft hit ball right over to Chacha once again, taking a few steps in. Simple work here for Vauzz as the throw is well in time. And we'll have a dynamic challenge in extra innings. So we went through bottom of the 9th and bottom of the 10th, but Chacha Vauzz with a chance to walk this game off. Honestly, a base hit is all we need. Double would be great, though. But we've got the ghost runner on, Jake Latz, trying to put us away. Pitch number 23 for him. And Vauzz tried to turn on the 95 fastball inside, but he skies it just a little bit off the mound. We will not be walking this game off in the 11th. Instead, it'll be Castro with that opportunity. Another potential rival for us if we are to make that move to short instead of looking for a trade. And that one is fired down in center. Runner is going home for the win as the throw is off. Castro, he takes the walk-off hit as Chacha Vauzz skied it up on one pitch. But we'll take the win here as the team, as Vauzz, once again, he's trying to reconcile a little bit here with the St. Louis Cardinals as much as he can. And a boss challenge to kickstart the game that could win the series. Chacha Vauzz 0 for 3 in these battles. Let's not linger on his face too long. It's just a little weird. 2 out, no one on for Vauzz. Double or better, I mean, it sounds so good. We're facing Hagen Smith. Looking for a solid hit here. Crushing that one foul. That was only pitch number 3 for Smith, so the first 2 outs came on one pitch. Better at bat here for Vauzz. As he gets a piece of that one, it's not going to find grass. Solid bit of contact. Unfortunate placement, and another boss challenge that does not go to our man in Vauzz. Well, that doesn't mean that this game isn't a boss challenge, I guess, of its own. Trying to take this series as our first series really back in action as a true Chacha Vauzzian. 1 out, 1 on. We're looking to turn a double play. Connor Yerpe on the mound and crushed over to third, but getting well in front of it. Vauzz tags the bag. A easy maneuver there to actually get that over to first. We'll quick flip that one and get out of a trouble spot. And we'll get right on into another challenge, though this time just of the dynamic variety, as the Memphis Redbirds have taken the lead. Runner on second here for Vauzz, double or better. But I also really want to drive in. 1 or more would mean that we're also sending ourselves home. And we get a hit this time on Smith. Take that one off the plate. And as for our man up in the crowd, I really do hope you see us in St. Louis soon. But unfortunately, that just has not been up to our decision. We've played good enough to be there. That's going to be on the Cardinal organization as Chacha swings through the splitter. Oh, and then he swings at the one in the dirt. Chacha Vauzz. Another strikeout for him, and those low balls he just cannot seem to lay off of. Smith gets the best of him. 2 at-bats in a row. The good news is we'll have another opportunity. Bottom of the 6th as we do still hold that 1-run lead. Not many bats going to work in this one. Vauzz waits on it. That ball is crushed to right center and down, hopping over the wall. Well, there is the double we were looking for in the boss challenge. It just comes about 6 innings later. Well, that does put a man on here for Luken Baker, who's had a really good start to his year. Still batting over 300, though 0 for in this one. Late hit, though, a bouncer, and Chacha, where are you going? Apparently to the dugout. Saw coach saying to slide, but the ball looked like it was in the outfield. It confused Chacha, and unfortunately for Luken Baker, we need to apologize for that out. Well, it'd be great if the camera would track where that ball is, but we lose a chance to extend our lead there, but we have a chance bottom of the 8th. Owen White back on the mound. And we'll take that one. Could use that a little bit more often. But we are working this count with a 2-2 count. Already at pitch number 6. And Vauzz will sky that jammed hit on the sweeper into shallow center field. So we're going to have to rely on some defense to get through this game. And that'll come with Sosa stepping up to the plate. Top of the 9th, 1 out, 1 on. A double play here could be huge. And it will be hit over to first with a diving play. We're just here to watch. Shortstop covers. Vauzz sits behind in case of the overthrow, but the Redbirds will take this series with a 1-0 win in game number 5. As we get into the final game of the series, it's a little bit of a dreary one. The rain coming down 2 already on the bases for Kyle Teal batting fourth. We've got 1 out. It's an 0-2 count as we are looking to once again make a double play here. This time looking to actually be involved in that double play, as it will be a tapper over to short. Quick flip there. Got to turn this quickly, but we won't be in time. Runners on the corners for the Charlotte Knights. But as we move forward, none of them would score. That's what we like to see. Instead, bottom of the first, it's Chacha up to bat with 1 on. Noah Schultz on the mound. And Vauzz sits, but he sends that one foul. And nearly just took the pitcher's head off with that hit. Crushed it about 2 inches over his cap. I'm surprised that we don't see that hat fly off with how fast that ball left Chacha's bat. Oh, wow, what a hit, and we're lucky to not be having to call medics down to that field. Instead, we just have 2 on, looking to find some runs here. With only 1 out, 2-2 count for Lucan Baker. Continues to bat well behind Vauzz. Oh, that one will be a pop-up, and Chacha will be headed back to first. No runners advance this go-around. So then Castro stepping up to bat. Can he be the hero once again? He's batting .250, a little bit above Chacha, now sitting around the .225 mark. No chance to steal. Wait for a hit, and it will bounce over towards second. And will be an out. Vauzz around second and make his way to the dugout to get his fielding equipment. So the next time we would see him would be back at the plate. No 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the third. Game still sitting here at 0 for both teams. And Vauzz once again trying to turn on one inside. Getting a piece of that one, though. A low fastball, but in the zone, and it will fly out to right field. A little bit of some inside-out action for Vauzz. As we once again jump forward, now to top of the 5th. A run does cross the plate, but it's for the Knights, as Chris Dillard is up to bat. 2-2 with 2 outs, 1 on. Graceffo just needs an out here to get out of the 5th. And it will just be a soft hit ball up to Chacha. Routine play for Vauzz. Back over to first, and we will just have 1 cross here in the 5th. Now that means we need to get some runs going ourselves. Bottom of the 6th would be Vauzz's next at-bat. 1 for 2 on the day. He's got a man on first. Schultz with a pitch. And this time he will make contact with Schultz. It's his ankle. But Schultz seems to be just fine. He shakes it off and throws Vauzz out at first. Runner advances, however, to second. And that runner plus 3 more would find their way across come top of the 7th, though another run did score for Charlotte. And once again, we've got Dillard stepping up to bat. 2 outs yet again. Man on the corners this time. Just need another simple play, as it will be over to Chacha with a quick flip to second. We'll hook up with Castro there to get the out and get out of a tough spot. Even more, we do it with the lead still intact and a dynamic challenge to lead off bottom of the 7th. We always do the same thing in these situations. We want to make sure we get on base and leave something up for our offense to handle. Also, getting a multi-hit day would be great. Vauzz will take that fastball outside. And that sounded real good. It's traveling back, right center, and it's gone. Home run, Chacha Vauzz. That goes 423 from home. 109 exit velo, and you tell me that wasn't a no-doubter? Vauzz extends our streak, and he's still showing off a little bit of his magic out there, levitating that bat, giving us a 3-run comfort lead. That would end up being the last run to be scored in this game. Redbirds take the series 5-1 in just what was an awkward second game of the series. But Vauzz came to bat in every single one of these games, raising that average, exactly what we want to see. And this could be something we're looking to see as well. We're getting a call, and it's from our manager. Hey, Vauzz, you up? Yeah, it's late, but what's up? I'm hoping for something good here. It's the manager of the Redbirds, so it's not even our agent. Well, I need to talk to you about something you need to hear. I'm guessing it's pretty important since you're calling me this late. Is this the call we've been waiting for? Are we headed to the major leagues? Yeah, it is. Instead of getting some sleep, you need to get your things together, because you're telling me we are headed to the show, right? Don't you do this to me for the 4th straight time. Give me something good. Cha-cha, you're going to the show. Congrats, you're gonna be a big leaguer. Where is the button here for this should have happened 3 times ago? I guess the closest one we get is it's about time I get my chance. That's a little bit more of a politer way than I think Chacha Vauzz would have handled this. But we are headed to St. Louis for our first game of Vauzz's Major League career.
Oh, we love a good debut around these parts, especially when they're highly anticipated. Welcome in MLB Network, Lawrence Shahadi, Carlos Pena, Melanie Newman here with you. One of the best today, a top prospect in the game, is on his way to the show. You were highly hyped coming into the major leagues. What was that like? How'd you deal with it?
Well, you know what? It's fun, right? You get all this hype around you, and you feel like, hey, I have all this support behind me. But the reality is, it's a lot of pressure to live up to. And at the end of the day, you just have to get out there and say, look, I deserve to be here. Now I'm going to put the blinders on, get back to work. Routine is extremely important, preparation, and go play the game you love. Forget about the hype. Go play baseball between the lines.
Well, I know you were probably really intent on, I want to make sure I stand up for this organization, the coaches, my teammates who have been watching me. But this is a big day for the fans and media as well, because you get that top prospect tag. People start to follow you the minute that you enter the professional sport. It doesn't matter what level of the minor leagues that you start your journey on. And so this is the hope. You're embodying the hope of the future of this team. It's a really big one, but it's a really fun one.
And for all of you that voted to keep this series going, this one is for you. Chacha Vauzz gets to head on in to his major league locker room. Gonna meet a couple of the players, but of course, we're gonna have to go talk to our new manager. Make sure we've got things all sorted out, as Chacha Vauzz will be headed from Charlotte to Milwaukee to face the Brewers in his first appearance as a true Major League Baseball player. And if you were wondering, Chacha Vauzz, he will still be rocking that number 0 up in St. Louis. But before we make our official debut, let's also make sure we are well ready for it with 27 points. We're going to get these upgraded as much as possible with 2 points remaining. We talked about improving some of our defensive skills as well. So we will also get 1 boost to our fielding. Confirm that, and we'll be a 72 in our first game. There will be no delay to Chacha Vauzz's official debut. As we head into this game with a 16-13 record, I will take that. Chacha Vauzz, he will be batting leadoff for the St. Louis Cardinals today. And he's worked his way all the way up to be the number 2 prospect for the Cardinals, 55 over the entirety of Major League Baseball. The first pitcher he'll be facing is Nestor Cortez Jr. To get us going, Vauzz with contact, and it will land. First pitch swinging, it will be a stand-up double for Chacha Vauzz. Someone save that baseball. We're gonna put it in a little baseball plaque thing, put it on the mantle, as Chacha Vauzz goes first pitch swinging, showing no signs of nervousness as he finally makes his MLB debut. And after how much of a rocky start it was at the beginning of this series, did you think that would be the case for Chacha Vauzz? Well, he's going to get an extended lead here. Pitcher does not go his way. Vauzz steals third, and he collects his first stolen base as well in the major leagues, wasting no time here in St. Louis. I love how that hair was frozen there, almost completely sideways too. Man, Vauzz, he's going to be fun up here at the majors with the best bats surrounding him, Lars Nootbaar. We're 90 feet away, and that one will be a soft hit ball. Will be out at first, but Vauzz also has his first career run. Can we take home plate too? Because that would be great. But we will just take the run. Bottom of the first we go. Now up in this game. For the Brewers, they're breathing down our necks. Trying to tie this game up quickly. We could use an out at first or second. We just need a soft hit ball. Dribbler over to Chacha, looking for his first put out here. And the throw is clean. A great first inning to start Chacha Vauz's major league career. Leave this man some love as he finally got it done. We still have a lot more action to go, especially as the Brewers tie things up. Here come top of the third. Chacha Vauzz, he waits. He's also going to have his first major league out here as he's not able to outrun that one. Soft ground out over to short. Chacha Vauzz could head back to the dugout. We'll move on then to bottom of the fourth as Zach McKinstry stepping up to bat here, leading off the inning. 0-1 count for Mike Soroka. Just looking for another out here at first, as that one will be just to the side of Vauzz. Takes a few steps over and will be well ahead of the play. Good start so far, though we've got to do a lot of work, especially now as it's Milwaukee with the lead here. 2-1 top of the fifth, our third appearance at the plate. Nestor Cortez pitched 72. And he left one for Chacha, reaching out for it on the outskirts of the plate. It will be a soft fly out to left. We go crushing our first hit. Not exactly what we want to see from the following two. But we are looking to make a play here as Bryce Terang, he's stepping up to bat with a runner on second. We want to keep this game close. See what we could do here. As it will be another hit over to Chacha. Not going to be able to make a play at third, so driving in on it. We'll have another play at first, but the runner advances to third. We have a dynamic challenge coming off of that, leading off the seventh. We do need to get on base here, especially with us being down a run. So that is the focus. Batting now from the right side of the plate as the new pitcher steps up to face Chacha. And goodbye, baseball. Vauzz sends it to the right field seats. His first major league home run comes in the first game of his major league career. A no-doubter from Chacha Vauzz ties things up top of the seventh here in Milwaukee. Ball goes 397 with an exit velo of 106. And of course, he's going to get the silent treatment here. It's not like the St. Louis Cardinals did us wrong for about half a year or anything. I guess the best things come to those that wait. And this has been a great debut. Milwaukee, though, they're still trying to ruin things. We're going to see Zach McKinstry again. We got him out earlier, but once again, we are down in this game. How about our first major league double play then? As Johnny Stephan is on the mound. And that will be hit over to third. Chacha is looking to cover second. Now to make the play at first. A split second from getting that first career double play. But we did, however, get the lead runner. And takes us to top of the ninth where we have one out, no one on. Chacha, we really need a hit here. Trevor McGill, he's on the mound. And he left another one kind of hanging there for Vauzz. Not exactly hanging that one. It was pumped 101. And it will not fall. It just hung in the air a little bit too long. That'll leave the game up then to Lars Nootbaar stepping up to bat behind Chacha Vauzz. Still a great opening here for us today. We would love to see a run score so we can extend things. It's up to Nootbaar here. As a grounder over to third looked a whole lot like his first hit of the game. Milwaukee, they take game number one, but Chacha Vauzz, a tremendous first showing here for the Rook. 2 hits in this one, including a home run. Not much more you could have asked for. 2 for 5, a double, RBI, 2 runs, a stolen base. What a first appearance. Ooh, and now we get to have a little interview after. Chacha Vauzz, congratulations on this historic Major League debut. That's right, it was historic. You played great here in this game, but your team wasn't able to pull out the win. How are you feeling? A win would feel a lot better, but we are going to get better. That is exactly what we want to say here. Get both on the good side of our team while also saying that, yeah, we had a good day out on that field. What did this game mean to you? Ooh, it would have meant a little bit more. No, it was great for the world to finally be able to see what I could do. That's fitting, given the situation that Chacha Vauzz has been in. What will you do to keep things rolling? We're going to keep working hard to improve as a team. I'm going to keep working hard to get better. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm already doing. Let's go with the team here. We don't want to get on the bad side too early on. But that'll be where we pump the brakes on this episode. And for all of you that did reach out, both commenting on the last video, putting in your answer on the poll on the community tab, as well as what you wanted to see from Chacha Vauzz, a lot of you suggested we switch over to shortstop. And that is still something we could look to do if we take a look here at the roster. Right now, shortstop, it actually does have Castro back down at AAA. Instead, they brought up the older man in Hellman. So that's something we could do, and perhaps that would make a little bit more sense if we were the manager of this team, have both Gorman and myself out there playing. I wish we could put in the flexibility to play both positions. Doesn't seem like that is a possibility. But for right now, Chacha Vauzz, he just played an amazing opening game of his Major League career. So make sure you leave him a lot of love down below. Smash that thumbs up, because we finally got that call. And next time, we'll get through this Milwaukee series, jump on into probably the Reds series, Padres series. That'll probably be where we leave off of, and then we'll just keep going here with the Cardinal, who do seem to have a pretty good start to the season, or at least from what we were at down in AAA, being one of the worst teams. But this is a tight race out the gate. We're just one game behind, and it just so happens to be against the Brewers. So we've got work to do. Make sure you stick around for it by hitting that bear icon on the bottom right, or scrolling down, hitting that sub button, and tapping that bell icon. We will also wrap up by just seeing if we have any new cool equipment available. A glove that perhaps might be something we could use. But we do have two packages, so let's see if the second one has anything better. And that would be a big old no. Just some silvers across the board. But the glove actually was an improvement, so Alpha Elite we go after we just had an elite first performance. And I do like the look of that cyan with that black glove, and we will be keeping the look here. We will not be adding any Cardinal red to our uniform until maybe a little bit down the lines, if they really prove that they are here for Chacha Vauzz. Well, once again, I do want to say thank you for all those that did show their love for this series. And what an episode to finally get that call up. Chacha Vauzz, the Major League Baseball player, will officially get things really rocking and rolling in the majors next time. So we'll see you there as we try to climb above the Milwaukee Brewers.